Welcome back to another episode of Automotive Insight. Today's repair is a 2009 Honda CR-V. Customer states the battery light is on. Upon further inspection, the alternator has failed. So we'll be replacing that today. Let's get into it. All right, first thing we're going to do is going to disconnect the battery. It is 10 millimeter. We're going to disconnect the negative cable. It is a 10 millimeter. Next, we're going to drain the power steering reservoir, and then we're going to disconnect the supply hose and then the return hose also. Okay, next we're going to remove these two 10 millimeter bolts. We're going to get this bracket out of the way, and then we're also going to disconnect the return hose from the bracket. Okay, using a long 14 millimeter wrench, we're going to release the tensioner and take the belt off, the serpentine belt off. Next, we're going to remove the pressure hose. They are held in with two 10 millimeter bolts. Okay, next we're going to remove the two 12 millimeter bolts, and that will allow the pump to become loose. One's right here, and the other is directly below the pulley. Okay, with the power steering pump out of the way, we can get access to the tensioner bolts. There's a 12 millimeter here, and there's one in the center. So there's a third bolt holding the tensioner on. I'm going to remove the motor mounts and the upper torque mount. I tried getting the pulley off. It's just there's not enough swing here for the wrench. We're going to start with these three 17 millimeters. Next, we'll remove these three bolts and that nut. They're 17 millimeters. Now, I do have a jack stand under the engine to hold it up. Correction, these are 19 millimeters. Okay, just to show you where that other bolt is at. That other bolt is right there. That is what we were after. All right, next we're going to start working on removing the alternator. It is held in by, we have one bolt up top and two bolts at the bottom. They are 12 millimeters. We'll go ahead and disconnect our control connector. And then after the alternator is loose, we'll work on removing the B+ terminal after the alternator is loose in the vehicle. With this motor mount out, we're going to raise the engine up a little bit, and it could probably just help get access to these two bolts down here. All right, we got our alternator loose. Now we're going to disconnect the B+ terminal. It is a 10 millimeter. Out she goes. All right, we got our remanufactured alternator. I'm going to put it back in place and connect our B plus terminal. We can plug in our alternator. All right, we got our new tensioner. All right, before we put the power steering back on, we're going to put our new serpentine belt in place because this is kind of a tight fit. So now we'll work on getting the motor mount back in place. We got our 17 in, our 19 nut and bolt in. We'll put our torque mount back in. Before we put our reservoir back in, we're going to put our power steering pump in. All right, we got our power steering pump in place. We'll go ahead and put our serpentine belt all the way on. All right, got our belt on. We'll put our bracket and reservoir back in place. All right, we got our new reservoir. We want to get this hose in place. So I highly recommend replacing this hose, and make sure you're using a new O-ring here for the inlet, because this hose and O-ring are notorious for causing whining noise. That's not why we're replacing the pump, but doing this process, I would highly recommend replacing it. And they're maybe $15 for the hose, which is reasonable and easy enough to replace. So I'd highly recommend that. Okay, well, we got a new O-ring on our pressure hose. We got everything back together. We added our power steering fluid. What I like to do is I'll fill it up. I'll start it and let it run for maybe half a second, shut it off, check my level, add a little more, and do that a few times. And then I'll crank it up and let it run and set the level from that. That helps prevent it from aerating the fluid and whining a lot, and then it takes a while for all the air to get out that way. For the alternator repair, I just, instead of charging the battery was 5 years old, I went ahead and we put in a brand new battery, and we got it all hooked back up, and we'll check the battery voltage to make sure it's good. All right, 14.06 volts. That's normal. That's what I want to see, and the alternator's good. Well, that's going to wrap up the trifecta here. The alternator failed. The battery light was on. It wasn't charging. The tensioner was rattling sometimes when the AC compressor was kicking on, and the power steering pump had failed. So realistically, with this repair, getting all the way down to the alternator, the power steering pump has to come off and the tensioner has to come off. So we did a Honda OEM tensioner. I've had some bad luck with the aftermarket tensioners, and we installed a new serpentine belt also. So I would probably charge about 2.5 hours for this whole repair, just because a lot of it kind of runs together. Parts breakdown, alternator can run about $200 to $300. The OEM tensioner, about $150 to $200. But that's gonna wrap it up. I mean, I have all your answers. Hopefully it's some. That being said, see you on the next one. Said I'll pick you up at 8. You probably won't be awake. Call yourself an Uber, babe. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. It is raining really hard. Like cats and dogs out here. Meow.